วัสดีครับผมอาจารย์ไบรอันนะครับของมกรุงเทพธนบุรีพร้อมยังครับ Are you ready? Afternoon. Are you Mr. Davidson? Nuria and Akiko. Okay. So this subject is about business. No, it's not correct. Okay, good morning and welcome to my last tape for today. Okay, this is Achan Brian, and I think today I will say goodbye to you, and I hope to see you again sometime. If you need any help, please call me about MPA101 if you need any help. The number to dial is 0823 926 266 ภาษาไทย082 392 6266 Okay, that's my number. So you can call me, please. And if you need any help, you didn't understand anything before you take your exam, let me know. Okay, so today I'm going to revise. It's Monday today, and it's been raining outside the whole day. From last night it's raining. I don't know now, but when I was coming, it had stopped a little bit, so I could bring my go-go and come back here because I leave my car at the International Building. I don't want to bring it out and take it out again. It's a big car, and very difficult to park. Take it out and then go back again and no place to park. Oh, all headaches. So go is easy. Just bring it, put it there, pay the money, return the bike, and then take the bike again. So it's easy to do stuff like that. Anyway, so today we are going to review บทที่11ถึงสุดท้ายเลยโอเคนะครับ Are you ready พร้อมกันนะครับ Okay, Unit 11 says women's voting rights because before this women were given no freedom at all ไม่มีอะไรเสรีภาพ all they knew was born and then learn the basics about the kitchen, learn basics about childbearing, child rearing, looking after the great husband, cooking food for him, and that's it. That's all they knew. Besides these household chores, they knew nothing else. But then many women started going to universities and schools and became educated and said, no, this is not what's going to happen. We should be given our freedom. You can't just take us for granted. We are also human beings. We breathe the same oxygen and the same air. So you can't just tell us, you stay at home and look after the kitchen. What? So they said, enough is enough. As I said to you, enough is enough. There's a limit for everything. There is seriously a limit for everything. Believe me. When you do something more than what is required, it rebounces back to you. So remember what my words are. Use those mobile phones less. Someday, something is going to come and all this population is going to be wiped out, okay, soon. Because remember, all these phones, they use satellite systems. They use radio waves, signals, MHZ, and all those things in technology. I don't know. Like, they use fiber technology. Yeah, and be careful. Those are X-rays. They are rays that transmit signals from the satellite to your mobile phone. And yes, be careful of your brains. Okay, so adult suffrage says that women said enough is enough. Okay, put my thumb down, put my foot down, and they put their foot down and they said we stand for our rights. So it's called women's suffrage, and then we have different words like grant, convention, opposition, convince, and lobbying. And then you read the story about how women stood up for their rights and then they said, yes, give us our rights. Now, in this, you have words like organize, purpose, pursue, attempt, and convince. So you got to choose that word and fill in the missing words from there. Now, people started making this about women's suffrage started from in the 19th century in England. Okay, so people started thinking that, okay, we should be given our freedom. And so they started fighting for their rights, and slow by slow, women got their freedom, women were very happy about it. Page 107 is about a homework that I gave you. The singer sings like an angel, as so like comparison, comparative adjective. Then we have got to do the words called although and though, thung me wa. So we need to do that exercise, although and though. Then we have the words other and another. Other and another. What's the difference between the two? Like for example, I am alone sitting on this table and there are 4 apples here. Apples or oranges or bananas. Okay. Now, when do we put other and when do we put another? Like Brian is alone sitting on this table. There are 4 apples. I eat one. I say, oh, I'm still hungry. I want to eat another. And we use other when there are 2 people and 2 apples. Like Brian is sitting here and Jack is sitting over there. Brian eats 1 apple, Jack eats the other. That's other and another. Page 111, you need to choose the correct alternative there. Choose the best answer for exercises 1 to 10. Okay. Going to unit 12, politics in the UK. Like, you know, UK is United Kingdom. England has been called by many names. They call it United Kingdoms, they call it Great Britain, they call it England. Yeah, this means the same. So politics in the UK are very sometimes complicated. So you have words like ballot paper. Ballot paper means where you want to look, okay? You have a paper, and on that paper you have like pictures of all the candidates and the numbers. So you know you've got to choose one candidate from there and put your thumb impression on his body, or I don't know where. On the photo, you need to put his thumb impression. And then when you come back out, they put ink on your finger, which cannot come out. No way it comes out. Okay. Now, ballot paper means it's like a paper, you know, like this, like a paper. And there are numbers and photos of all the candidates. So you need to take a rubber stamp, or you take your on the ink pad, put your thumb and put it on the person you like. And then fold the ballot paper and put it in the ballot box. That's the ballot box. And coalition means supposing one group, one political group doesn't have enough majority. So what it does, it tries to take another majority. It tries to bring people from another group, join them together and make a coalition. Means the ruling party and the opposition party, they come together because the ruling party doesn't have enough majority. Constituency means the area from where you're born. Participate means take part in politics. Then saying means what do you want to say. Now, you know, there are words, we call them homonyms, which have got same meaning, same spelling but different meaning. Like mean, M-E-A-N, and M-E-E-N, different spelling but the same sound. Or the word waste, W-A-I-S-T, and W-A-S-T-E. Yes, they sound the same but they're different meaning. Okay. Then the next word, for example, you have the word run. Run means like how the distance, 5-mile run or 10-mile run. Or for example, the word run can be a verb, like actual running. Then you have verb ing, you know, when we can use a verb ing, matches, and then like people are reading. So we have relative clauses, you know, relative clauses, like for example, say, like who, which, that, whose, whom. These are relative clauses. We use who, whose, and whom for people, only people. This is the boy who I taught English when he was studying MBA. Or this is the university which I like to study. That's the relative pronoun for a thing. So for relative pronoun for thing, we use who, whose, and whom. Okay. So page 120, you can choose the right alternative. Please, you can choose the right alternative. Then, I told you before, we have adjective, khayai naam, and we have comparative adjective and superlative adjective. Comparative adjective like one by one. Superlative adjective is one by many. Okay, and I gave you the rules also. I told you if the adjective has one sound, you got to put more. The most, more, er then, jumper then. Okay. Now, superlative adjective is the last hurdle, like the last point of everything. Like Mount Everest is the highest mountain in Thailand. Okay, Mount Everest is the highest. Mount Everest is the highest mountain in bordering India and China. Or for example, Doi Intanon, Doi Suthep are the tallest mountains in Thailand. Okay, so like that. You're talking about the elephant is the biggest animal, or the elephant is bigger than the rat. Okay, so we have comparative adjective and superlative adjective. Okay, so in comparative adjective, one by one, and if the adjective has one word, one syllable, and you double the last alphabet, put er. Superlative, we double the last alphabet and put then. Superlative adjective means like nothing is bigger than this, nothing is smaller than this. It's the last stage. Like for example, BTU is the best university in this area. Yes, so good. It's a nice sentence. Very beautiful campus, cool and pleasant. Okay. So comparative and superlative adjective, and then you got to put happy, and then if the adjective ends in y, you got to cut the y and put IER and IEST. Okay, that is what we've done. Next is demand and supply, unit 13. That is, when you want to produce something, manufacture something, there should be a demand for your product. If the demand is high, you can manufacture very quickly. So you got to bring the raw materials and keep them somewhere. Keep them in safety so that they don't get spoiled. Keep them properly, save and keep them. Otherwise, you can do like this. You can just come like 1 month before of something, and fix it up and keep. Understand? Otherwise, you can be in trouble. Okay. So going to the demand and supply. So you need to wait for the demand of a product. If the demand is not there, it's better not to manufacture the product because nobody is going to buy it. And also remember, when you're manufacturing a certain product, don't overdo it. Keep to the limit. You know approximately how much pieces will be sold, and the rest keep it back. So in demand and supply, there are words called determine, be available, indicator, supply, schedule, ingredient, and demand schedule. So you need to know how much of a product, and how will you know this? You have to do a market survey. I mean, you need to go and talk to people. You can make it to a questionnaire, or you can send salespeople and find out how much of the particular product they need, and how much can you manufacture, when can you supply, all these things. So because every human being has got his taste and preferences. They like certain things, they don't like certain things. So you have got to think about it in the sales report. Very important that if you make a wrong calculation, you will result in unfinished goods. So okay, for 10 umbrellas, how many people do you need to work? Or how many the frame of a certain thing you need? Like for example, you need to buy something. You need to produce something. You need to know how much do you need to make, because excess in production can leave your production blocked, because you need to roll the money. In business, you roll money, buy, sell, roll, and that's how you do it. Sometimes the profit is meager, very small amount of profit you get, but still it's the way you have to do. The superlative adjectives, I already told you, it's the last stage of the adjective, like bigger comparative, biggest superlative. Now, on page number 129, I've given you examples of who can be the I1 sound. Turn the page, please. There are irregular adjectives like good, better, best. Okay, bad, worse, worst. Little, less, least. Much, more, most. Far, further, furthest. These are called irregular. They don't follow the rule 1, rule 2, and rule 3. They are separate by themselves. So go to the exercise, please, on 130 and complete the exercise and finish it up. Okay. Going to the next unit. Yes, going to the next, no, go to the next please and go. The next topic is as well as versus as well. Like my Thai is as well as his. That means my Thai is okay, not bad. I speak quite good as him. Okay, that one. And then exercise please. Doris works in the film industry as well as writing for magazines. Means she has got 2 jobs. Bring summer clothing and also something warm to wear in the evenings. Because you can't use as well, there's no as there. As well as something to warm. I really love this song and I like the first one too. Then, as well as baking a cake, Mom made delicious ice cream. Wow, Mom is good. Miguel goes to London and his sister goes as well. Means same too. So Miguel goes to London and sister is going with him too. Okay. Then we have conditional, conditional 1, conditional 2, conditional 3. Conditional 1, you use simple present and the main clause is simple present too. In conditional 1, you use simple present and simple future. In the conditional 2 is a hypothetical statement. We use simple past and present conditional or present continuous tense. For example, the 0 condition is used when the time being referred to is now or always and the situation is real and possible. That's the 0 conditional. In type 1 conditional, so in type 1 conditional, we refer to the present or the future where the situation is real. This type of condition refers to the possible condition and its possible truth. In these sentences, I'll read the sentences to you. Like, what do? We use if plus simple present plus simple future. On page number 136, you choose the best answer, okay? And you say if Sue studies harder, she would get better results. Present simple, studies. Okay, it's a 0 conditional. Then, next is we use people will not suffer if the cost of living. People would not suffer if the cost of living was not so high. Again, conditional, would not. So, if it rains, he will get wet and become sick. So, the next unit is about economy, about money, economy of the country. Every country has got its economy and money unit. Nowadays, the economy is going from bad to worse. Okay? Every country, all the people in the world are suffering because of recession. So, economic transactions means money exchange, buying and selling. What is barter system? Barter system means in the good old days, there was no money. They use many things in place of money. They use beeswax, they use pebbles, they even use like barter system. Barter system means like, supposing I want a pen. I have to give my pen to Jack and get his pencil for me. I want a pen, I want a pen, so I used to give my pencil to Jack and bring his pen to me. Like I had to find someone who would take my product and give me what I want. So there were many difficulties and problems in the barter system. Why? Because see, what happens is you can't always find someone who is ready to exchange your product for yours. Like for example, you want a pen. Somebody may not want your pencil or your eraser. They may want a ruler or a book in exchange for a pen. But you don't have it. So if you don't have it, then what? How are you going to exchange? You'll have to go hunting. You'll have to go searching for someone who can give you a pen and exchange what you have with them. Okay, that was one difficulty. The second difficulty is you couldn't save in the barter system for the future. Now you have a lot of product. What happened to the future? Understand? So many things like, or for example, another problem was like you wanted to have like, say for example, you wanted to eat a cow's meat.วัวอยากกินเนื้อวัว. And you have a chicken. A chicken is so small and the cow is so big. How is it divisible? How can you divide it? You can't. So there are so many problems that were there in the past with people when they wanted to buy something. Now we have paper money, we have coins, so you can have so many ways of transaction the money, and in minutes it reaches the person, or if you want money, you can borrow from someone. In minutes it reaches to you. Understand? So barter system was okay in the good old days, but there were so many difficulties, so many problems involved in this barter system. I hope you understand. Barter system means like PN, one product for the other, no money, product and product share. But there were serious problems with that. Then free market, we already did. Command economy, subsidy laka long. Okay, command economy, subsidy. Tariff means taxes, and then market economy. Okay, so it's about the market. Going to the next page. Yes, there were problems with people, to deal with all these things. It was very, very difficult for people to exchange products and get products and rely on somebody or something. Like, for example, when you're old, you rely on your children to look after you. But when you are young, then you rely to look after your young children. Because that's your responsibility, being a father and mother. You got to look after your kids. And then it swaps over when their father becomes old. Page number 144, you have an exercise. Susan is a nice girl. She is much nicer than her sister. Comparative adjective, she and her sister. His thirst grew bigger and bigger. Okay, comparative adjective. Russia is far larger than UK. Russia is bigger than UK. Okay, it's comparative adjective. So easy, it's very easy. So you can just go through that exercise. Then compound adjectives, you have compound nouns also. You have phrasal verbs, these are combination of two things together. Like, for example, you have compound nouns, post office, boyfriend, birthday card. These are compound nouns. Same way you have phrasal verb, look out, look for, bring up, run out of. These are phrasal verb. And we have compound adjectives too, like old-fashioned, short-haired, well-educated. These are compound adjectives, like adjective and adjective together. Absent-minded. Then some other compound adjectives are last minute, full length. Okay. Then we use future simple. Future simple means will. I will go. I will play. I will eat. I will buy. It's future simple. Like they will build a new they are building a new power station at the moment. This is also future continuous. Are building. Because as I said to you before, if you're 100% sure about doing something, well, you use going to. They are going to build, they are going to transfer, they are going to buy. And we use will when something, is not very sure, like 50% happening. So Nicholas is from London. He has lived there all his life. This is present perfect. After my apprenticeship, maybe I will go back to Chiang Mai to work there for a while. Maybe, not sure. Next. The next chapter is about, we are talking about, 1 minute please, let me open the vocabulary, it's not opening. Okay, so the next is writing an abstract. So abstracts do vary from discipline to discipline. So what should an abstract include? Abstract includes objectives, methods, results, products of finding. Okay. Now, what should methods section look like? The section of abstract should explain how you went about solving the problem by exploring the issue you identified as your main objective. The results indicated that organizational politics, relationship conflicts negatively affect organizational performance. So these are the things. Reference. Then, in the reference column, you tell from where did you get all this information? Who helped you to sort out this information? Which principles did you follow? Okay. Now, when you write a story or when you write a paragraph, you make sure that your sentence is rearranged properly. Okay, you got to make complete sense. Like when you write something or you write an abstract or a research paper, you need to go from sequence to sequence tactfully, not jump one section and then go to another section. It doesn't sound correct. So what is very important is that you have to put your findings in a proper way and put the research paper in a nice way. Okay, so then one-way analysis of variances like mixed method research is a methodology for conducting a research. So when you want to conduct research, so the next important thing is about reading research abstract. It's about when you do a story, right? You need to do a reading and then you need to defend your abstract also. So the next pages is all about research and development, about writing a research. Then page 161 is about revision. So in that you have got to read a passage about different style of negotiation. How do people negotiate and talk to one another? Like before they do a business, you should negotiate. So you should have a win-win attitude, not a losing attitude with you. And then the next reading topic is about Guatemala as a business center, and why is Guatemala so famous, and how does it celebrate? Okay, so read the story about that, and then the next is about what makes a good manager. Like good managers or people need to be good at 4 things. First of all, they need to be good at observing things. The second thing, they should need to be good at listening and asking questions, and finally they have to be good at speaking, as they can communicate their objectives clearly. So you should have, first of all, very important is, first is like listening, and then next is understanding, answering the questions, and last is, now sometimes people when they work, they misunderstand or they miscalculate a person's views, so you shouldn't do that. So you should always not underestimate your worker. You always remember your worker is good, so that is what is taught to you to be a good manager. You should always think your manager is good and he can do a good job anytime. You should have faith in your employees and understand them. Okay, so my dear friends, that's the end of chapter 11 to chapter 15. That is MPA101. So I finished my tapes today. After a long time, I started them in June, but I would have finished if I was not sick, but it's over now. And I hope to see you again. If you need any help, I gave you my number, 0823-926-266, okay? You can call me anytime, but please tell me who you are and why you're calling me, okay? It's very important why. You should tell me, teacher, I'm นักเรียนของ MPA101, because don't simply just come and ask me questions, but I don't know who you are, so I should know who you are. So when you call me, say, teacher, I am Achan Brian, I'm from BTU MBA112, and then you can ask me a question, and then I will surely answer your question for you, so don't worry. Okay, so thank you for being with me for a long time to complete this tape. And I hope you did learn something from this book, MPA101. It's a good book. And I hope I was able to explain to you and you understood me, which is very important. Okay? Thank you so much and have a nice day, have a nice week. God bless and be safe. สวัสดีครับ
สวัสดีนักศึกษาทุกคนนะครับผมดร.โสภัส โสภาพิมุขหรือว่าปอปุ้ยนะครับผู้อำนวยการสถาบันการศึกษาทางไกลวันนี้มาพบกันนะครับในบทเรียนที่เป็นสื่อมัลติมีเดียก็ให้ทุกคนเข้าเรียนแล้วก็ทำแบบฝึกหัดด้วยตามปกตินะครับเบื้องต้นเลยนะครับในการเรียนทางไกลเนี่ยนักศึกษาก็สามารถเข้าดูสื่อที่เป็นวิดีโอหรือมัลติมีเดียของเราได้ที่เรากำลังดูอยู่ตอนนี้นะครับอ่านตำราเรียนนะครับที่สำคัญที่สุดนักศึกษาก็ต้องทำแบบฝึกหัดทั้งหมดให้ครบเช่นในวิชาเรามีแบบฝึกหัดทั้งหมด15หน่วยแล้วก็ต้องทำทั้งหมด15หน่วยนะครับต้องทำให้ครบแน่นอนครับแบบทดสอบก่อนเรียนแล้วก็หลังเรียนมันก็เหมือนกับว่าเป็นการวัดว่าก่อนเรียนเรามีความรู้มาแค่ไหนใช่ไหมครับแล้วหลังจากที่เราผ่านทั้งแบบทดสอบบทเรียนต่างๆผ่านทั้งแบบฝึกหัดแล้วเนี่ยหลังจากนั้นเราก็มาวัดด้วยแบบทดสอบหลังเรียนกันว่าเรามีความรู้เพิ่มขึ้นแค่ไหนก่อนที่จะถึงการสอบปลายภาคที่กำหนดครับ เรื่องการติดตามข่าวสารเนี่ยเป็นเรื่องที่สำคัญสำหรับการเรียนทางไกลนะครับเราอาจจะไม่ค่อยได้เจอกันเท่าไหร่นักดังนั้นเนี่ยเรื่องของข่าวสารเนี่ยหลักๆเลยผมอยากให้ดูที่หน้าระบบการเรียนเป็นหลักซึ่งทีมงานของเราเนี่ยได้อัปเดตข่าวสารต่างๆไม่ว่าจะเป็นสอบวันไหนอย่างไรนะครับหรือว่าการประกาศอะไรต่างๆเนี่ยขอให้ยึดที่หน้าระบบการเรียนเป็นหลักเรามีการอัปเดตตลอดเวลาแล้วก็นะอยากให้นักศึกษาเข้าสักอาทิตย์ละ2 ครั้งเนี่ยผมว่ากำลังดีนะครับถ้าพูดถึงเรื่องการพบปัญหาต่างๆซึ่งเราเรียนทางไกลเราต้องมีปัญหาบ้างอยู่แล้วอาจจะไม่เข้าใจตรงนู้นตรงนี้อะไรยังไงนะครับพิเศษเลยของเรานะครับก็มีโอเปอเรเตอร์หรือว่ามีเจ้าหน้าที่นะครับที่ดูแลตอบไลน์แอดของเราอยู่นับ10 ชีวิตนะครับก็นักศึกษาก็ทักเข้ามาเลยครับในไลน์ @btude นะครับที่ขึ้นอยู่ข้างล่างอันนี้ชัวร์ที่สุดเราจะมีเจ้าหน้าที่ที่เขาดูแลระบบอยู่แล้วตอบคำถามของเราได้ตลอดเวลาอยู่แล้วนะครับคนพวกนี้จะดูแลระบบของเราแล้วก็ขอให้นักศึกษาทุกคนทำงานอะไรให้เรียบร้อยดูวิดีโออ่านหนังสืออีบุ๊กอะไรมาเรียบร้อยแล้วก็พบกันนะครับหลังจากทำทุกอย่างเรียบร้อยแล้วก็พบกันที่มหาวิทยาลัยกรุงเทพธนบุรีของเรานะครับแล้วพบกันทุกคนครับผม
เมื่อคุณมีเป้าหมายที่จะเรียนสถาบันการศึกษาทางไกลมหาวิทยาลัยกรุงเทพธนบุรีพร้อมที่จะทำให้คุณเรียนและทำงานไปด้วยได้ทั้งงานและความรู้ไม่ต้องห่วงเรื่องเวลาเรียนไม่กระทบงานประจำเรียนได้ทุกสถานที่เรียนได้ทุกเวลาเข้าดูเทปการสอนฟังการบรรยายทำแบบฝึกหัดรับผลคะแนนเพียงเท่านี้คุณก็พร้อมก้าวไปสู่ความสำเร็จให้เราสร้างความภาคภูมิใจให้กับคุณสถาบันการศึกษาทางไกลมหาวิทยาลัยกรุงเทพธนบุรีเปิดรับสมัครแล้ววันนี้02 800 6800 5